Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are still playing Sakura Alien 2. The only YouTube channel that actually plays it, in case you don't know, so maybe I can assume that if the next Sakura game will come out in some time, again I'll be the only channel, so you know, if you are into Sakura games, be sure to subscribe. And in the meantime, there will be other games as well, so you might like that as well. Anywho, for the story, because I think we are approaching the end. I don't know how many endings there are, but maybe I'll stick them into one episode? We'll see. Let's just get to it. With Aloe's blessing secured, Yuri, Enna, and I leave Aloe's office, then meander about the campus. The discovery about Yuri's true origins was so shocking, I'm unable to speak about it. The topic rises to my tongue many times, but I always find myself swallowing it back down. I think Yuri and Anna feel the same as I do, because the three of us find it impossible to broach the subject. Rather than discuss Yuri's past or her plans for the future, we instead find ourselves wandering aimlessly. There is so much for us to talk about, I don't know where to begin. Time trickles by, as it always does, and with every hour that passes, the time Aloe set for Yuri's farewell comes closer still. Yuri, Enna and I might appear to the untrained eye like a group of friends hanging out, but I know better. And you guys watching also know better. And not guys. Our walk about the campus is, in actual fact, a protracted, unspoken goodbye. Eventually, after the sun has set, Yuri suggests that we go to the astronomy club room. I think that it might be nice to see it again. That's what Haru says, with a small smile, nothing more or less, but unspoken words hang in the air like a mist. I want to look at it once more, before I leave. I humor Yuri and the three of us make our way to the dilapidated old building, where the less popular club rooms are. We walk through the familiar wooden hallways, then take the stairs to the third floor. The stairs creak beneath my weight, and the banister seems to shudder beneath my fingertips. Not for the first time, I find myself wondering what would happen if these old world floorboards were to give way beneath me. Would I break a bone after suffering such a tumble? What about Enna and Yuri? That'd be pretty unfortunate situation all around. But if it did come to pass, perhaps Yuri would be allowed to remain on Earth. What is he trying to do? Dude, calm down. Aloe seems like a reasonable woman. She could hardly expect Yuri to make the long journey back to Mirage with a bunch of broken bones. This guy. That might give me some time to come to terms with Yuri's absence. But the stairs remain firm beneath me, despite their creaking. Yuri, Enna and I reach the astronomy club room unmolested? What? Then let ourselves inside. What? The club room looks just the same as it always does. The floorboards are scuffed, the beige walls dingy, the old couch in the corner, which is not exactly a corner, distinctly worse for wear. The posters taped to the walls cover up some of the cracks and marks, but the age of this place is immediately apparent. This room is older than Yuri, Enna, and I. Maybe even combined. It might be... okay. It might be even older than the three of us put together. It's seen its fair share of activity over the years, but I doubt it's ever borne witness to a farewell half so tragic as I know this one will shape up to be. This place. Hiyori runs her fingers along the top of the blue couch, a strange smile on her face. It really does mean a lot to me. When I first came to this university, I felt adrift. I didn't have any friends at all, not until I joined this club. My seniors were all very nice to me. They made me feel like I belonged. The astronomy club wasn't a bustling hub of activity even back then, but there were a few more members than there are now. We were like a family, at least until my seniors graduated. A couple of other members were left behind, but they ended up quitting at the start of this year. They lost interest after the old club president left. I guess we weren't as close as I'd imagined. I felt abandoned. I even considered leaving the club myself, but I knew I couldn't do that. I was its only remaining member. Without me, it would fold. I decided to step up to the plate and become the astronomy club's acting club leader. I scouted for the members from the new undergraduates, but couldn't find any takers despite my efforts. I was starting to lose faith. Here Hiyori looks at me. Until I met you. Your joining this club really lifted my spirits. It mightn't have seemed like a big deal to you, Haru, but I appreciated it. I really did. I felt like I could do anything with you by my side. It didn't matter that my club had only 2 members. That was still better than 1. It was better than being alone. I thought more people would join. We partook in a lot of fun club activities and ensured that we enjoyed ourselves. And I was right. And I arrived, and now our club has 3 whole members. I know it doesn't sound like much, not when the other clubs have dozens of members, but to me, it really does matter. I've had so much fun in this room. First with old seniors and now with the pair of you. Without the astronomy club, I don't know what I would have done. I can't believe that the time has finally come for me to say goodbye to it all. I can't believe it either. I speak up once Hiyori has finished her sentimental reminiscence. Hiyori was talking for such a while. I felt like I've forgotten how to speak myself. My voice feels weak from a lack of use, and it wavers. I'm trying to remain strong, but it's hard to maintain my composure. I don't think it quite hit me, until now, that this really is the end. Hiyori is going to leave. I had no idea you were an alien princess, Hiyori. That news really came out of the left field. Me neither. For you had suspicious, I guess. Somehow. Hiyori laughs softly, without humor. Of course I had a hunch that I wasn't an ordinary human. But I never realized I was as extraordinary as this. I never realized either. I had no idea you were a fellow alien, and I never would have guessed that you were Vesper. Have you heard about Mira's missing Princess Anna? I think everybody in the galaxy has. It was big news. I was only a child myself when it happened. I think I must have been 4 or 5 years old, but it was all my parents would talk for a long time. My mates discussed it a lot too. Irene was particularly curious about the princess's fate. She has always enjoyed gruesome stories that made of mine. She was convinced the princess had been sold off to a penal colony as a slave, or that she would be cut up and turned into space burgers. I don't think anybody could have guessed that the princess would be living on a small, out-of-the-way planet on Earth. Anna peered at Hiyori curiously, her arms linked behind her back. How did you feel when you learned the truth, Yuri? It must have been a huge shock. It was, very much so. I was so stunned when my parents told me the truth. I couldn't leave my bed for a week. Huh? It felt like everything I thought I'd known had fallen apart around me. I couldn't trust anything anymore. Not my parents, not myself. When I looked at myself in the mirror, it felt like there was a stranger staring back at me. Does it sound weird? No, I can understand that. I felt a very similar way when I first came to this planet, and I did so voluntarily. I was mentally prepared for it all, but it was still a huge culture shock. It must have been even worse for you. I'm so sorry, Yuri, that you had to endure so much. It's alright, it isn't your fault, Anna. I feel a bit better now. I've had the chance to dwell on things, but I'm afraid I didn't handle it in the most mature way. Yuri smiles at me, her eyes soft and gentle. I know you sent me a lot of messages during the last week, Haru. You even tried to visit me on a few occasions. You must have been so worried about me. I want to talk to you very much. I want to talk to Anna too, but I didn't feel like I could. I didn't know what to say. I'm sorry for shutting you out like that. As friends, we should tell one another everything. I hope you're not disappointing me. Nah, I'm not. I can't blame you for acting the way you did. I think you're bearing it pretty well, all things considered. If I learned I was actually an alien, I think I'd have a meltdown. I don't know myself. Maybe I did have a meltdown for a little while, but I'm all better now. I'm a strong girl, and I can look after myself. I was able to pick myself up again eventually, and now I know what I want to do. Which is? Oh. I think you should be able to guess that, Haru. I might be an alien princess, but I'm still Yuri. Nobody knows me better than you do. Huh? I think I know what it is you've decided, yeah. But I want to hear you say it with your own words. Alright, I'll be blunt then. I've loved attending this university, and I loved spending time in the astronomy club with you and Anna. But I can't say that I love this planet. Now that I know that Earth isn't my planet, I know I can stay here. It would be wrong. Like I'd be going against my true nature. My parents have lied to me my whole life about who I really am. They aren't even my real parents. I want to meet my proper mother and father. I want to know where I come from and where I belong. I can pass up on this opportunity. Not now that Allah has given it to me. I don't know how else I'd get to Mirach without her. I need to do this. There is nothing else I can do. Yeah, I still don't like her approach to her not real parents. Hiyori. I knew this was what Hiyori wanted, but even so I find it hard to accept it. I don't want her to go. I'll miss her, and I'm sure she'll miss me and Anna too. Will leaving her behind her really make her happy? I mean, it's up to her to decide in the end. I'm not sure, but I hope, for her sake, she finds contentment from this decision. I can't bear the thought of seeing her suffer. This really is a lot to come to terms with. Oh, and I don't just mean Hiyori's status as an alien princess. Perhaps I'm immune to craziness after having spent so much time with Anna. I can buy that Hiyori's an alien. She's told me she was, in no uncertain terms, dozens, maybe hundreds of times before. What I'm finding significantly harder to accept is the prospect of Hiyori returning to her home planet. I know that Hiyori has often felt out of place upon the Earth, and I know she has many people waiting for her return, but the thought of her leaving hurts. Hiyori. I say my girlfriend's name once she finished with her speech, my voice quivering with poorly constrained emotions. Hiyori, I don't know what to say. I'm glad you know who you really are. After all these years, but well... I clench my palms in fists, trying to stem the flow of my encroaching tears, and say it in a voice rather more broken than I would like. I'll miss you. I'll miss you so much. I don't know how to properly explain it. I don't want to tell you what to do, and I'd never presume to act like I know how you should live your life, but all the same. This might sound selfish, but I don't want you to go. Oh, Haru. Yuri sniffles, one hand pressed to her chest. I probably shouldn't be happy to hear that, but I am. It would be pretty devastating if you wouldn't miss me at all. Of course I'll miss you. I'm not made of stone. You're my girlfriend and I love you. You do? Yeah, I do. It was a gradual thing at first, but now I've come to realize how much you mean to me. You're precious to me. And while I support your decisions, the thought of saying goodbye still stings. Oh dear, my Haru. Yuri sighs. I'm sorry if my announcement has hurt you. That isn't what I intended to do. It's hurting you too, if I'm being honest. I'll miss my parents when I leave the earth, and Anna too, but I'll miss you in particular. I've not left yet, but I miss you already. I miss you so much, I can't bear it. Yuri. Haru! With tears in her eyes, Yuri crosses the astronomy club room. Her short hair shifts about her shoulders, her skirt about her thighs. Her arms wind about me, holding me close, and then... Yuri presses her mouth against mine in a kiss. Her arms wind about my waist like creeping vines, holding me close as her lips melt against my own. I part my lips obligingly, and Yuri takes this opportunity to slide her tongue into my mouth. Here we go, we are going to talk about saliva. Yay. The kiss deepens and I sigh into it. It feels good, but there's a lingering bitter sweetness to it all, when I consider that this might be the last time Yuri and I will be able to kiss in what might be an eternity. Yuri feels so soft and supple in my arms, I don't want to let her go. I want to hold her closer still, and show her how much I care about her. Words aren't enough, only actions can properly communicate my feelings. I wind my own arms about Yuri's slender waist, my fingers resting against the curve of her back. I kiss her over and over, and while I do, I hear Anna murmuring in the background. It would appear to granddaughter otherwise, so goodbye. I shall give you some time alone to say your farewell, so you may be as honest with one another as possible. I am not a human, but I know enough of emotion to realize that this is news. Must have come as a great shock to you. Indeed, it is also a shock to me. I will miss you, Haru. But it would be inappropriate, not to mention selfish, for me to stand here talking about myself. I'll take my leave now, so worry not. You can say all it is you wish to say to one another, and do all you wish to do to one another too. I do not know if it will help, but I hope you can ease some of the pain in your hearts. So saying, Anna slides discreetly from the astronomy club room. With the fact that she said all of that, it wasn't very discreet. The door clicks, then shuts with a foot, enveloping Yuri and I in newfound silence. Now it's just the two of us, alone, together. I can kiss Yuri as much as I want, more deeply, now than ever before, and I can show her, with my actions, how badly the thought of her absence has shaken me. I want her to know, before she leaves the earth, that I adore her. Whatever happened between me and Aloe was, I can now perceive, a fluke. It doesn't mean anything. Yuri is much more special to me than she could ever be. I mean, if the game allowed me to, you know... She's my adorable girlfriend, and I love her so much. I can hardly bear the thought of letting her leave. I noticed a pattern lately in general, the Sakura games are pattern, but This is something that's been happening lately, basically. Sakura games do not allow me to be with the girls I want. Like in Sakura Succubus 6, you know who I wanted to go after? We couldn't. And now it seems it might be similar case. With, well, Aloe, I guess. Professor Sakai. But well, what can you do? Nothing really, I guess. It's not up to me to kind of work on that, sort of. Whatever. With our tearful farewells concluded and the sun well and truly fucking mosquito. God damn it. Piece of shit. With our tearful farewells concluded and the sun well and truly set, Hiri and I head up to the roof to meet with Aloe. Before leaving the club room, Hiri changes into a skin-tight bodysuit that isn't dissimilar from the one Anna was wearing when she first arrived on Earth. Aloe gave the suit to Hiri before we left her office, saying that she would need it for the journey back home. Mirach might be Aloe's home, whatever it is, but I still can't wrap my head around it being Hiri's home. Hiri has always, to me, at least, appeared like an ordinary Earthling. There is nothing about her dun brown eyes, nor her choppy brown hair, which would suggest she's anything other than a human woman. Hiri doesn't have Anna's distinctive green tresses, nor her bright amber eyes. Hiri is just Hiri, kind of plain and homey, but extremely pretty despite that, because she's not plain for fuck's sake. Seeing her dressed in that skin-tight bodysuit looks wrong somehow. I don't think it suits her, for it certainly complements the curves of her body. It's attractive enough, I suppose, but this isn't enough to lessen my mounting sense of unease. I've never seen Hiri wear such an outlandish outfit. She doesn't look like herself, not anymore. She really does feel like a stranger. Soon Hiri will disappear into the vast dark sky above our heads, and then she will leave my life for good. She says it's what she wants, but is it really? Will this drastic move make Hiri happy? I doubt very much that it will make me happy. I don't want to cry, not now, but... So you finally arrived. It took you long enough. Damn, looking good. Don't you know? It's rude to keep a woman waiting. Aloe steps forward, clad similarly to Hiri, in a black and purple suit which leaves nothing to the imagination. Her lips are pursed at first when she sees us, but her expression softens into a smile when she catches sight of Hiri. Well, well, look at you. I did not think much of you in human attire, Your Highness, but you cut quite the fine figure indeed in your new suit. You look every bit the princess I now know you to be. It's an honor for me to escort you back to Mirach. I promise you, I will take good care of you. I will not let any harm come to you. Will we be pursued by space bandits? I shall verily destroy them. You have my word. Space bandits? I changed my mind. Hiri looks at Aloe, uncertainty written across every counter of her face. She might have been confident back in the astronomy club room when she announced her intentions to return to Mirach, but now the appointed hour of the departure has arrived. She seems rather less sure of herself. I guess some last-minute doubts must be kicking in, and Aloe's talk of bandits can't have helped. Are there many of those bandits across the galaxy, huh? Oh, they are not that uncommon, riff-raff that they are. Aloe pulls a face. We, members of the Galactic Police Force, have been trying to clamp down on their activities over the years, to little avail. They always seem able to escape capture, somehow. They often troll the stars, picking fights with the merchants and the like with their illegally modified ships, but have no fear. I'm not the best flyer. Well, that's not the greatest thing to say. But I'm confident in my ability to outrun any bandits. But how if you are not the best flyer? What? I shall not let them harm a single hair upon your head. My princess, you are exceedingly precious cargo indeed. Now, Alu looks to the sky, as do I. It appears to be unoccupied, save for the scattered patchwork of stars. As the seconds pass, however, a shape begins to emerge from the darkness. I see a smooth chrome surface, glinting beneath the moonlight, and smooth aerodynamic planes. This is a ship that will guide you. I've had it parked here for several weeks on invisibility mode. It is quite convenient, don't you think? Of course, it might cause some issues, were any humans to spy it now. But its advanced cloaking technology should render it impossible to capture through primitive human means. It cannot be photographed, nor can it be filmed. Humans are so very proud of their silly electronic gadgets, but they still have much to learn. In comparison with we Mirachans, they are like children playing with toys, or monkeys with sticks and stones. Aloe's voice washes over me, but I'm hardly paying it any attention. I'm too busy staring at her spaceship, or gawking to use a more technically accurate term. I've never seen anything like that before. It really is incredible. The ship doesn't look like an airplane, but it's not a perfectly circular UFO either. If I had to liken this strange... hovering vehicle to anything, I'd say it's a bit like a mech. It's not too large, but it's big enough to make quite the impact, floating as it is above the roof of the university. If any Area 51 conspiracy theorists were to get a snapshot of this as it hovers in the air, they'd have a field day. But if what Alice said is true, taking a photo of this ship would be impossible. I wonder how its masking technology works. Maybe it possesses some kind of electrical jammer which stops cameras and cell phones from working. I've half a mind to take my own cell phone out of my pocket to double check the theory, but that would seem gauche. Now is the time to ponder the inner workings of Owl's spaceship. This could very well be the final time I'll ever see Hiyori. She will step onto that strange, unfamiliar alien spaceship, built using blueprints my mind cannot fathom, and then she'll be whisked away to another planet. This really is the end. Are you ready, princess? I would like to return to Mirach as quickly as possible. It is past time returned home. Oh yeah, I'm ready. This is all very sudden, but... Hiyori draws in a deep breath, one hand to her chest, then says in a serious voice, I've been ready, I think ever since I was a little girl. I'll do think this for the best. But Haru and Hiyori turns her head, she looks at me and Anna, a wan smile upon her lips, and says, Please don't forget about me. I promise that I will never forget about you. You are both very dear to me, and that will never change, no matter where I am or what I do. This isn't the end. So don't lose hope. I'm sure we'll be reunited someday. Until that day, however, goodbye. Tears begin to head in Hiyori's eyes, shimmering eternally beneath the starlight. It was good knowing you. I'm really glad I met you. You made my time spent on this planet almost bearable. And I love both of you. I love you too! I'll never stop loving you, Hiyori! Same here. I'm not good at this sappy stuff, but I'll be thinking of you, Hiyori. I won't forget, so don't worry. I could never do that. Just, have a safe flight, alright? Don't get hurt. And when you arrive at Mirach, I want you to live a happy life. That's all I could ask for, really. Haru! More tears begin to well in Hiyori's eyes. When she blinks, they trickle down her cheeks just like raindrops again in a window pane. It's very sweet of you to say those things to me, but it's unnecessary. After all. Hiyori sniffs and smiles even more brightly than before. So you call this tragic? It's enough to make me happier than I've ever been before in all my life. Yuri swallowed back her tears. She pivoted on her heel, her short hair fluttering behind her shoulders. Then, squinting her shoulders, she announced to Ole, who's still waiting, I'm ready. Are you sure? Quite sure. You don't have any regrets? Not a single one. I was able to say all I wanted. Now there is nothing left to tie me to this planet. Let's go back home together. Mirach is waiting for me. I can't wait to see it. Credits. Oh boy. If it ends like this, there's got to be like next game. I predict Sakura Alien 3 being a thing. Also, like, kind of maybe expected the return of girls from Sakura Beach. I guess that didn't happen. But now that I think about it... Wait. No. Now that I think about it... Let me have a look at the list of games, because I might... mistake the title. What if... one day... certain... group of women... certain group of space mercenaries landed on Earth, and we maybe would be able to travel to the planet of Mirach with them. I'm speaking Sakura space here. That is a thing. That is a thing. Do we do it now? Yeah, let's do it now as well. Let's check out what the other endings are having in the store. Will it be speaking? Okay, so now we are going to say that Anna is our girlfriend here. We'll see what this will get us. I've always been fascinated with space, so naturally I would jump at the chance to date a genuine alien. Wow. I find Anna... give me a second. Let's... turn this off now. I find Anna and her culture fascinating, and if I'm being perfectly honest, it doesn't hurt that she's so attractive. She's a sweet, friendly girl, even if she can be a bit too forthcoming in affections, and I'm very glad I met her. And that's when we can skip a little bit. I wonder what's going to happen with that choice. Because to be fair, I feel like just saying who we date in the very beginning might have some kind of fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? Influence on the ending. I think so, yeah. I'm literally dropping the same choices. I really don't mind. As previously here. I'm fine, don't worry. What if we didn't kiss her for? Right? Okay, over here, actually, let's say something different. Let's say Professor Sakai might look good in that as well. Professor Sakai might be a stern, serious sort of woman, but that only makes me more interested to see her wearing a super cute pastel frilly dress. It sounds so out of character, I'm sure it will be a sight to behold. I'm actually really curious about that. But I'm a bit perturbed at myself too for thinking about Professor Sakai in such a way when she's stressing me out so much. I need to get my priorities sorted out. I will sort out your priorities, man. Oh, something different. You're so good to me. I wince at this, pained by Anna's trusting nature. If only she knew everything I'd gotten up to with Professor Sakai. I don't think she'd be quite so quick to compliment me then. Feeling rather scummy, I try to brush off Anna's compliment as best as I can. How can you say that, after you offered to sacrifice your happiness for the sake of my future, girl? Boop. More to help you. Okay, she drops in again. It's the same stuff? Once Haru steps onto Owl's spaceship and disappears, Anna takes my hand and suggests that we make our way back home. Okay, something different. I agree with her mutely, my fingers curling about hers. I don't know what to say in the wake of Yori's sudden departure. She left so very quickly it feels like a hole has been gouged in my chest. I've not known Yori for all that long, but we were rather close. I regarded her as a good friend and we spent a lot of time together. We used to walk to the university every morning, her arm linked through my own. I found Yori's clinginess annoying at first, but as time wore on, I learned to accept it and then enjoy it. My communities, the university will feel horribly empty without her. I won't see her smiling face in the mornings, and I won't hear her cheery chatter. She's gone. Anna's fingers about my own help steady me, but this isn't quite enough to soothe me. The pair of us walk back to our apartment in silence. The cool wind tugs at my clothes and trails fingers of my skin, sapping me of any warmth which might have remained. I feel distinctly out of sorts when I arrive back home. My room looks the same as always, with its tatami floor and its shelves full of books, but it seems to have undergone a dramatic change since I woke here this morning. Of course, I know this is nothing more than my own fancy. My room has changed. I have. What will I do without Hiyori? My life has shifted more dramatically than when it did when Anna appeared, bowling into me like a meteor. Darling, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I reassure Anna after a pause, for I know I don't sound fine. I don't feel fine either. My lack of fineness should be evident in my expression, if not my words, because Anna's face falls. Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. I know you and Hiyori were good friends. She was my friend too, for I'd only known her for a little while. I miss her a good deal, but it must be even worse for you. I cannot even begin to imagine it. If you were to cry, I would not blame you. Tell me how you feel. Let it all out. I'll be here for you. You can sob into my shoulder or my bosom and I will cradle you. I'm not going anywhere, at least. Well, that's something. Thanks, Anna. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not about to cry on you. I wouldn't want to get your clothes all snotty. I'm fine. Or rather, I sniff. I guess I can't quite steam my tears after all, and wipe my eyes with the back of my arm. I'm not fine, but I'm not going to cry. Not that much, at least. I can't afford to fall apart. It's not like Hiyori is dead, she's just going back to her home planet. She always said she felt like an outsider on the Earth. I'm sure she'll be happier where she belongs, in Mirach. At least I hope she is. I don't want to mope. It wouldn't be fair on her. Oh, darling. Anna sighs. You've always been so considerate of other people's feelings. That's why I like you so, but there is such a thing as being too considerate. Oh, that's pretty funny in a grim sort of way. If I was as considerate as all that, I wouldn't have kissed Aloe while being in a relationship with Anna. That was pretty scummy of me. But, well, knowing Anna, should probably say I did it out of consideration too. I'm sure Anna would absolve me of any wrongdoing by saying I was only trying to cheer Aloe up. Anna doesn't have any qualms with Yuri's crush on me, so maybe she'd be surprisingly okay with what I got up with Aloe. I mean, it's not like I'll ever see her again. Not now she's returned to the stars.
Well, unless there's Sakura Alien Free Freddy.
I'll tell Anna everything that happened between me and her when I feel up to it. Otherwise, I'm afraid the guilt would crush me. But for now, I guess I'll let Anna try to soothe me. A detailed discussion about my infidelity would be pretty poorly timed right now after Hiyori's absence. I know that Anna's missing her just as much as I am.
Hiyori isn't here now. You need worry about hurting her. If you're in pain, you can tell me. You might even feel better. Don't feel obliged to try and be cheerful. That would only make you feel worse.
I don't know if I could feel much worse than I do already. If I'm being honest, I want to be happy for Hiyori, but... I grit my teeth together and glance away, embarrassed at my own emotionality. So much for trying to not cry. My eyes are beginning to bed with tears, and I can't swallow them down. They well up on my lower lashes, threatening to trickle down my cheeks. I don't want Anna to see this, and I don't want her to hear it. I must look so pitiful, but... I want to be optimistic, but I wish things hadn't worked out like this.
Oh, darling.
That's cute. Achievement unlocked for my dear darling. Anna takes a step forwards, then winds her arms about me. Her cheek rests against my back, while her arms envelop me from behind. Her warmth is a comfort, especially given how chilly it is. Her full chest feels soothing against the curve of my spine.
I know you must be hurting, but fear not. I will never leave you. You cannot confide me in anything. I will never judge you for your emotions. I do not think they make you weak. Rather, I am honored to feel capable of showing so vulnerable a side of yourself to me.
Really? Don't you think I'm being ridiculous?
No, I don't. You humans often do and say things I do not understand, it is true. But I can understand your emotions perfectly. Anybody would feel upset. Saying farewell to a friend is so abrupt a manner. But all is not over.
I can't see Anna's face, but I can hear the determination in her tone when next she speaks.
This is not the end. I'm sure we'll be able to communicate with Hiyori. The technology in Mirach is good enough to allow for it. Perhaps one day she'll visit Earth new, and you can be reunited. But until that day comes, I will remain by your side. I'm not going anywhere, so do not worry. You will always have me, and I promise that no matter what happens, I will always love you. That will never, ever change.
Anna. Oh, Anna. I was trying to hold my tears back, but this proclamation of hers finally undoes me. My shoulders shake helplessly. My body rocks with gulping sobs, but Anna doesn't step away from me. She stays by my side, just as she promised, without flinching. I've never had any doubts about her feelings, but her steadfast support during my moment of weakness adds further credence to her claims. She really must love me. I'm upset about Yuri's absence, of course I am, but this knowledge helps take some of the edge off. Anna is right. Yuri might be gone, but I'm not alone. I still have Anna, and we're still together. That is something I should be thankful for. With Anna's support, I think I can be strong. I'm going to keep on doing my best, no matter what. You know, this game made me like change my opinion. I think Anna is the better girl in the end. Like, it looks like for her it was so easy to decide that, like, you know, kind of cast aside the friends. On the other hand, I understand wanting to go there and so on, but still for. Wait, I did not unlock one of the achievements. What? Okay, let's try one more time. Maybe there's one more ending. Both of them. Ina and Hyori. I know it sounds sleazy, but I simply couldn't choose between them. They were both so earnest when they confessed me, I wouldn't have felt guilty prioritizing one over the other. Fortunately, neither Ina nor Hyori seem to have an issue about this arrangement, unusual though it is. According to Ina, polygamy is fairly common on her home planet Corval. She finds our three-way relationship perfectly natural, and she seems more than happy to share me with Hyori. Hyori, meanwhile, is very fond of Ina, and I think she enjoys being intimate with the both of us. Our relationship has strengthened over the last month, and things seem to be going well. It mightn't be legal to marry both of them, not in Japan at least, but I'm still too young to worry about such things. I can cross that bridge when I get to it. Despite Ina's insistence that we schedule our wedding as soon as possible. I am cautiously optimistic to see how things shake out, and I can't wait to spend more time with both Ina and Hyori. Yeah.
Well, bad news.
Because, dude, you might not remember what happened in the other two routes we've gone through. I wonder what's the difference now. Maybe over here they won't go back. And we can actually get with Professor Sakai, also later known as Aloe, together. I wouldn't complain, but well, it's not like I have any option to have any influence on that. Oh, so the goodbyes are different. It seems like I'm not the only one either. About what? I can't bear the thought of seeing her suffer, okay. Tears being to prickle in Anna's eyes. She stares at Hyori, one hand resting upon her chest, and says between sniffles,
Hyori! Oh, Hyori! I know that you won't go back, and I don't want to talk to you out of this, but I know it's my selfish, but I will miss you tremendously.
Sobbing openly now, Anna rests her head against Hyori's bosom. I've not got the best vantage point. It's hard to see Anna's face, what with all the hair in the way, but I can tell from Anna's trembling shoulders that she must be crying. If her shivers were enough of a giveaway as to Anna's mental state, then her sobs definitely are. I don't think I've ever seen Anna cry before, not in all the time I've known her. The Anna I've grown accustomed to is a bright, cheery girl who almost always seems to smile. She wasn't upset when she crash-landed upon this planet, and she didn't weep at the prospect of never seeing her parents or her home again. She took all that in her stride with remarkable adroitness, maybe because she had no desire to return in the first place. She was fine throwing her old life away, so she could remake it up on the earth. You know what? On the other hand, Anna did exactly the same what Hyori did, technically. Fuck. Oh boy. But from perhaps perspective of the main character, Anna didn't hurt us, so it's kind of better in our case at least, right? Just our case. Well, still. Anyway, she wanted to build a new carefree existence in Tokyo, alongside me and...
Hyori, I didn't think you'd be leaving me. not known one another very long, but you're one of my best friends. I don't want to say goodbye to you.
I suppose, now that I think about it, it makes perfect sense Hyori's planned departure would injure Anna, so... Hyori is Anna's only friend on Earth, other than myself. The three of us were the best of friends, and something more. Both Hyori and Anna confessed their feelings to me, and I reciprocated. Our three-way relationship might be unusual. Some people may even consider it immoral, but I'm happy with the way things turned out. I think Anna and Hyori are too. I liked splitting my attention between the two of them, and they didn't seem to have any qualms sharing me with one another. I love both Anna and Hyori, and I loved being with them. I almost feel like sobbing myself, but I refrain. Hyori's arm span is only so broad. I don't think she would be able to embrace the both of us. I want to try and remain strong, though it feels like my own heart is breaking. It hurts, but saying goodbye always does.
There, Anna, it will be alright.
Hyori reassures Anna gently, as a preschool teacher might, all while running her fingers through Anna's long, silky hair.
I'll miss you too, you know. I'll miss you a lot. This was a difficult decision for me to come to, but I think it's the right one. I don't belong on this planet. I never have. Maybe when I go to Mirach, I'll finally feel like I belong, and you never know. This needs to be the end. We can still keep in contact. I'm sure Mirach has technology that will let me communicate with you, though you might be on Earth. Maybe it does, but it won't be the same as seeing in person. Maybe we can arrange a visit at some point. If I really am Mirach's princess, there should be no reason why I can't. I should have a lot of power when I assume the throne. At least I hope I do.
Hyori giggles.
Now that will make for quite the change of pace.
Not even power as this. I mean, your your surrogate powers are incredibly rich. You're already in Japan's top 5%.
I suppose that's true, but there's a difference between having wealthy parents and being royalty. I'm curious to see what being a princess is like. I don't have much experience, but I'm willing to give it a go. Then I should be able to better understand what you went through on Corval, Anna. This might even bring us closer together. Do you really think so? I'd like to believe so. Now please don't cry. I want you and Haru to see me off with a smile. I'll both of you, and I hate to think that my decision is making you miserable. Can you try to be happy? That might be somewhat difficult.
Anna sniffs.
It is hard being happy, Hyori, when you will be wrenched from my life so suddenly. My every day spent you with so much fun. My life will feel dull and grey without you to liven it up. I've always loved this planet, but I grew to love it even more after meeting you. Earth won't be the same without you. I really adore you, Hyori.
Anna swallows back yet more tears, which threaten to course down her flat cheeks, then takes a step back. She holds her hands at her front and, forcing a smile, says,
But it is precisely because I adore you that I will not stand in your way. If you want to go to Mirach, then I have no right to try and stop you. Many people act selfishly when they fall in love, but I think that is backwards. Love, or so I've learned after reading many romance novels, should be selfless and self-sacrificing.
Sadly enough.
I want to be a good lover and a good friend, so I'll let you leave. We can say goodbye here and now, for it really does hurt. I'm afraid it won't stop hurting for quite some time. Oh, Anna. But I can bear with it. Please don't worry about me. I hope you'll be very happy, Hyori. There is nothing I want more. Not in all the world. After all, you are my very best friend.
And she flies off. And that's all the achievements collected as well. So, I guess that's it. I wonder if there will be another Sakura game. I mean Sakura Alien game. I kind of expect there to be, not gonna lie. And again, as I said, did I say that? Yes, I think I did. They did not allow me to actually somehow develop relationship with the girl I would want to. Just like in Sakura Succubus. God damn it. Whatever. Happens. I have to live with that. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Sorry, but the tame mosquito is still here. I have not hunted it down. I will in a second. I will turn on the lights and destroy him. Or her, technically. It's the filming mosquitoes that are able to bite in, right? If I remember correctly. God damn monsters. Man, this is quite sad, but maybe I didn't feel it that much because I also just finished watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which was freaking good, not gonna lie. Makes me want to actually play Cyberpunk. Makes me regret that I have not purchased the collector's edition, to be honest. I wanted to. I could not allow myself at the time for. What can one person do? Well, I would also need to upgrade the PC for it. God damn it. Anywho, Sakura Alien 2. Well, we got two girls that we knew from the first game, so Anna and Hiyori. Super cute, but I think in the end, like, the positions of the girls for me switched. And I would prefer Anna over Hiyori in the end. And we got to meet Professor Sakai, also known as Aloe. Okay, they did not repair it still. Fuck. Super interesting character too, I would say. But yeah, she kind of lacked the possibility to be in actual romance. Who knows, maybe there'll really be Sakura Alien 3 and we'll get that option. Also, there was a mention of like a maid of Anna. So maybe we'll get to meet her eventually as well that way, right? Or maybe there won't be Sakura Alien 3, who knows? Who knows? I don't. Winkcloud knows probably, because they are working on those games. Actually, what are they working on right now? I wonder. Upcoming releases. There is something like... Oh, there was that... I mean, Sakura Melody are already spoke about that a few times. But there is that kind of RPG, which seems like it's different than Sakura Dungeon, but well, they might be working on some kind of RPG, which is cool because Sakura Dungeon was nice. I enjoyed it a lot. If they release another RPG, cool. I think a lot of people would jump onto that as well, which is awesome. Anywho, let's end it for today. I actually have a few videos already like lined up for editing, so in the meantime there will be some itch.io stuff going on to the channel. You might want to check it out. I think there were some fun games that are worth watching. But now let us end Sakura Alien 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this. if you let you know, like the video. It's much appreciated. You can tell me who's your favorite girl. And subscribe if you haven't already. That would be super much appreciated. I mean, that 2000 mark closer and closer, so, you know, help out with that. And there's also Twitter, Instagram, if you are into any of that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye!